Hey guys, welcome to another segment on the Scorpion Temple. It's your girl Kiki, and I'm doing all right. Hey guys, happy
holidays.
Yeah,
Period.
holidays.
All these holidays.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Christmas
is in 15 days. Like, this is crazy.
And then we have what? We just got through with Thanksgiving. Then on top of that, we have now New Year's coming up right after Christmas.
Christmas, New Year's, our anniversary. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day, St. Patrick's Day.
Next year.
I'm just going on and knocking it all out in one little shebang. So, as you see, guys, oh Lord, babe, you want to take over?
Yes, I definitely will. It's all good. What's good? It's your boy G Baby Greg. G-Force, yeah, thank you for that one, love. I almost forgot that one. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, we back again. Just going to give you guys an update on your life. Sorry, or our life, actually.
On your life, not ours.
No, on ours.
On your life.
Sorry that we haven't been posting this much. It's been a while since I've been on here. I think the last one was with the kids, right?
6 years ago, yes.
That is not 6 years ago. Oh my goodness. Over exaggeration. It wasn't 6 years ago, but guys, we're back again. Today, this is going to be a great topic. This one right here, it's going to be a banger.
A banger.
And you know what the banger is? Whoop. We have no topic.
What the hell?
No, seriously. We have no topic. And what we're going to be talking about today is just stuff that's going on in our life. Everything that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, just everything. Like, it's not even a necessary just one topic. We're going to cover a whole bunch of different stuff. I know a whole bunch of stuff that you guys been wondering. If you guys have been following my beautiful, wonderful wife, you know that we normally keep to like certain topics. And then, you know, if we're feeling goofy, we'll do that topic and then we'll kind of veer off a little bit. But today, it's literally freestyle session.
Oh, freestyle went Thursday.
You almost said Wednesday.
I know.
It ain't hump day. Hump day! No, but we're just gonna give you guys like really an update. We're gonna talk about...
Oh, Touchdown Thursday.
Touchdown Thursday. What happened to Touchdown?
And Man Choice Monday, Marvelous Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. That's what we're going to do then. But we're going to talk about everything from Touchdown Tuesday, from
Thursday.
Taco Tuesday, Thirsty Thursdays, Freaky Fridays, Maniac Mondays. We're going to talk about all of it. We're just going to tell you what's been going on in our life. Like I said, once again, guys. Saddlebag Saturday. We're going to change that to Substitute Saturday, or, you know. And then we're going to go with Salvation Sundays. Because that's time we go to church. It's on Sunday. But yeah, we're going to hit you guys. Please pray for her. Us. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff. Yeah. Pray for everybody.
Ooh, Saddlebag Saturday.
What the hell is
Saddle?
Can I say that?
Yes, you can say what the hell.
Can I say the other words?
You can say what the fuck too.
I don't know if it... My first word, and babe, you know this. My first word, was shit. As a child, my first word was shit. We can get my mom on the podcast.
Your grandma says shit too.
My granny, she'll tell you my first word was shit. She says shit a lot. Mm-hmm. She says a lot of shit.
Especially when she was getting her hair done. She was like,
shit. Oh yeah, and shout out to my cousin Brittany. If y'all don't follow her, the next podcast I'll give you guys, ladies and guys, updates. She does hair. She does like a crazy job. My mom does weddings. I do weddings as well. Key is like a jack of all trades. She touches, Scorpion Queen.
Hey.
She's a jack of all trades as far as food. Me and her both do food. She does food. She's seriously a jack of all trades. She can do your hair. I mean, she's starting to do hair now, and she's really good with it. Makeup, she doesn't give herself enough credit. I think she does a banging job. when it comes to creating stuff and creating ideas for your husband, your wife's birthdays, yo, go to her. So shout out to my wife. She's the dopest. She's the illest. Like, absolutely. No, you deserve it. There's no reason to thank me. Like, she deserves it. Like, she's off the chain. But like I said, we're getting ready to do something really crazy that we've never done before. So we're really going to set it off. So we just celebrated, since the last time we talked, we celebrated her birthday, which was okay. So this is what I said okay, not saying that the birthday was okay. I'm saying that okay. And this is what I mean by okay. So you guys, if you go back to, what was it, the 6th of last year when we went to the same place? The 6th of last year, we went to the same place. And I know you guys remember us talking about Eddie V's. Now, Eddie V's is our spot. Like, if you guys ever visit Dallas, you know what I'm saying, you're passing through whatever, and it's like nighttime or something like that. It doesn't even really have to be nighttime, but that's just like the most romantic time. If you have a girl, have a husband, have a wife. Because
they open up at 5.
Yeah, they open up at 5. So if you guys, and now it gets dark around like 5:30, 6 o'clock. You guys need to check out this place. So even though we're like, you know what I'm saying, being kind of goofy about the situation, or, you know what I'm saying, just telling you our experiences, definitely check it out. The staff, they're wonderful. They even added live band. So that's yes. The live band was off the chain, you guys. Yes. They did everything from country. They played my song and I had to stop us before we went out the door.
I thought Babe was going to jump back there and start doing the drums. I was like,
I love country music, you guys. Like, I'm a black guy, but I straight up, like, if I had to choose rap, R&B, soul, neo soul, jazz, any of that, in country, I'd choose country. Like, straight up. It's a story. It's a story behind every single thing. Like,
my dog and
but he ran over his dog. That hurt. That hurt. It hurt the dog and it hurt him. You feel what I'm saying? But like, even the songs I like You Ain't Worth the Whiskey. And that was a song about,
Tennessee and whiskey.
No, that's Tennessee whiskey. That was the next song. But that's what they played. But I was going off of You Ain't Worth the Whiskey right now. I was going to get to Tennessee whiskey. Y'all already heard the banger. So You Ain't Worth the Whiskey is definitely a song about a man being hurt and a girl treating him bad, or a woman, a girl, whatever it is. Female treating him badly, and he's pretty much drinking himself down, and he's spending all his money drinking himself into this part to where he drinks so much just to get rid of the pain. But now he realizes, you ain't worth the whiskey. You ain't worth the money that I'm spending at these bars or at Specs and all this other stuff just to try to drink you away. Another one of my favorite songs is Drink You Away. Now, or it also has another title to it, which is called Bottom of the Bottle. Now, if you guys are Justin Timberlake fans, you guys know that Justin Timberlake did like a little conversion over to country. And that song was pretty much about the same thing, but it wasn't literally about the same thing. It was literally about the fact of he has this love of his life, just like I have the love of my life sitting right here.
Still.
And always and forever. And he can't drink her away. He tried Jack, he tried Jim, he tried everything. But still, he can't drink her away. He is in love with her. As much as he wants to leave because they have a little fight, it's not worth, you know what I'm saying, letting her go and trying to drink her away. He'd rather be with her than sit here and get drunk and do this and all the third. Man, that song is crazy. You guys check that out. But the thing that I loved about Eddie V's is because they played Tennessee whiskey.
Yes.
But when they played Tennessee whiskey, you guys, I don't know if you understand, but if you love rap, R&B, jazz, soul, neo soul, all of that, they did it. They did this song. They transformed this song and made every genre of music into this song.
Yeah.
And if you guys go to our Instagram, we'll try to post some of that stuff on our Instagram. We'll do that on the next session, unless we do it on this one. But I'm pretty sure we're going to do it on the next one. But these guys were amazing. They were amazing. I'm gonna say what I used to say. They were amaze balls. Like,
oh God,
they were. I'm gonna get real stupid with this. They was the shiznick.
Oh,
They was the shit on top of crackers.
Oh wow!
Like, you don't
shit
even
on top of crackers,
and you bet not eat it.
That's disgusting.
But
it's like toe jam on crackers.
Oh, that's just nasty. That's just nasty.
Ew.
I know shit was nasty with toe jam.
No, it was a movie out there that had, I think it was a Prodigy movie or something like that. But they had this fat guy that was over there rubbing toe jam on crackers and making them eat it. Oh my God! I think that was House Party 4.
That's disgusting. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so no more House Party 4 for me. That's disgusting. I probably didn't even catch that, and I've seen House Party 4 like numerous times, but I guess I didn't catch that part. But I'm not eating no fucking toe jam. I can tell the difference between cheese and toe jam. And that's just disgusting. That's nasty.
You tasted toe jam before?
No, I can tell the difference between cheese and toe jam. I've tasted cheese before, and if that don't taste like cheese, it got to be toe jam.
Then you don't taste it at all if you don't know what it is.
If it,
you just open yourself out to say if I taste it.
I just said I know the difference. I know the difference. Okay, you guys. Okay. If you guys ate cheese on crackers, if Cheese Whiz, that used to be my shit. The shit in the can, that Cheese Whiz. That was my shit right there. So I know that, and I know cheddar cheese, and I know was Gouda, and I know what's the fancy Gorgonzola, whatever that is. I don't know if I've had that already, but that right there, I know the difference between that and toe jam. Like, toe jam just has to smell and taste like toe jam. I smell. Okay, the thing about me is, and you know this, I smell my food before I eat my food.
You do, and water.
In water. Like, seriously? Okay, you guys, we just had this conversation a couple days ago. If you smell Nestle water, and then you smell Dasani water, and you smell Smart water, and what's the other one that we drink? Fiji. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the cheapness in this shit. Nestle. You can tell the cheapness in the shit, and then you can tell the stuff that's been seriously purified, good for your health, all this, that, and the third.
Does it smell like butt?
Nestle smell like iron. That's what it smells like. It smells like iron. Have you ever smelled like? Okay, it smells like nickel. You ever smell the nickel? Mm-hmm. It smells and tastes like a nickel. Mm. I don't do that shit. Dasani tastes like some straight up purified water. They took their time on it. Yes. It was like
very refreshing.
Yeah, but it was like art in a bottle. Mm-hmm. That's what Dasani is, or Smart water. You drinking it and you can't taste shit. You can't taste nothing. It's good. It replenishes you. It refreshes you. You don't have there's no taste or smell to deal with. Mm-hmm. It's water. Mm-hmm. Exactly what water is supposed to be like, unless you're drinking lake water. Mm-hmm. Then that's just gross. Mm-hmm. Or, you go to Oklahoma, which we just came from, babe. High five. We just came from Tulsa, Oklahoma, visiting our church, you know what I'm saying? But their water, and I had to warn babe about their water, and that's why we were drinking bottled water the whole time. It's because their water, and she didn't know about it, but I've been to Oklahoma numerous times because my uncle was stationed in Oklahoma. It's salty. And then when you take a shower, their water is kind of harsh. It'll dry your skin out like super duper bad. And the water,
told me not to stay in the shower too long because it'll dry out my skin.
Because we had this super nice babe set up like this super nice, and this was for my birthday. Babe set up like this super nice hotel or whatever, and it was in Oklahoma. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the water felt like so great. And I guarantee you, if I would have left out of that shower, because we took a shower together, if I would have left out of that shower and went to sleep and woke up, she'd probably still be in the shower. But she'd probably look pretty dead.
Wow. Okay.
No, you know what I'm saying? Because the water is so harsh that it dries out your skin. So then, it would have just continually dried out your skin. It has salt in that water. So... And it's just like the same thing with Florida water. Like, I tasted Florida water. Their water tastes exactly the same. Like, you can taste the salt in the water. That's because they're known
for their peaches.
That's sweet. That's Georgia.
What is it?
Florida?
They're oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges.
Yes. Georgia, you got to think about it with Georgia peach. And Florida oranges. Those oranges. Those cuties.
Yes.
Yeah, with the little, it said Florida on it. Yeah.
Sometimes they're ugly.
Yeah, sometimes they be soft and not worth eating. But yeah, guys, so But she set up, but I had to teach her the difference between that. And the look that she gave me when I said she has to get out of the water it was priceless. She was like, F you, bro. I'm not getting out of here. You trying to take me out of here? You got to drag me out of here, it was so funny. It was so cute. And I was glad that me and her had our time to breathe. We had our time to be us, even though we do podcasts. And then, you guys, I'm starting my YouTube channel up. My sister already has a YouTube channel. Shout out to my sister, Goldmouth. That's their YouTube channel, is Goldmouth. Interesting name, but shout out to that. But you guys, it was so good to just be us, because even though, I dealt with MTV and Bluefish, the Christian channel, Bluefish. Then I did stuff for MTV. I used to work for MTV. I was subcontractor for MTV. Like, we still have our own lives. So I go to work every day, and I'm a GM. I'm an RGM all day. And then, babe, she works from home. Her job is not easy whatsoever. She showed me some stuff, and I was like, what the hell? No. Absolutely not. Her job is not easy. We still have our kids, and I'm still dealing with, like I told you guys on the far back podcast, I'm in the process of trying to be able to get my sons back because of their mom's stupidity. But they're great. They're blessed. But we had a chance to be us, not worried about the fame, not worried about anything, not worried about, we had somebody watching the kids, or they were with the kids at all times. So it was great to just have us time. But you guys, we had the time of our lives. And when I say, I know we just cussed, but when I say God showed up and showed out, y'all would not believe it. Y'all would not believe it. It went to the point where I was like, okay, my check isn't as big as what I thought it was going to be. So then I was like, oh, we might not be able to go. Then we just did, what was
Pastor told us to write it down. Write down the vision for God's provision. And what we did was we took up my lipstick and we wrote it on the mirror.
The favorite lipstick I love for her to wear. It made me so mad, y'all. It made me so mad.
But we wrote it down on the mirror. And I just, we didn't speak nothing negative on it. I kept saying, God, we're going to go. If it's your will, we're going to go. Like, we're going to go. If we got to walk, we got to walk. We got to roll, we got to roll.
And my boss was trying to get me to work that weekend. And it was just like, I am not going to work that weekend. And he put in some sweet offers. And I was just like, still not going to work this weekend, And then, the whole got my check and everything. And it was just like, okay, we're good. And it didn't turn out to what it needed to be turned out, because then bills popped up and different situations just popped up. But we kept that crazy faith. What our pastor told us, we kept our crazy faith. We kept our insane faith. We kept our, what's another faith that he's talking about? The one that you wrote on the mirror in there.
No, that's different, but that's our faith talk. Like, you basically live it. You walk like it's already done. You talk like it's already done. You declare it, and you demonstrate it. Like, you can't talk about crazy faith if you don't demonstrate it.
So I mean, it was technically it's not different. It's technically the same thing, but one is like knowing about it, and the other one is like actually acting on it. Like, actually, hey, we're gonna go out of town this week. Stuff pops up, and it's like, it's not gonna stop us. Even though if we don't have the means to do it, we still like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And you guys, we did it. And like, God was testing us in so many directions. It wasn't even funny, but we realized it before, and then right when it happened, like, okay, check didn't come in. So I was like, okay, I'm worried about gas. We end up being able to do that, take care of that. Okay, then where are we going to go? End up getting a hotel. Babe put that together. Very nice hotel. She did a wonderful job. We ended up staying like in a super nice hotel. I was like super blessed for that. We were super blessed for that. She actually blew me away on that one. I was acting like a little kid in there. And then we went there because we wanted to visit the church that we've been watching, and the what we serve as, or what we do our service on, is through TV or whatever. And, we've been going through to another church, and we wasn't really like completely happy with it. We wasn't getting what we were supposed to come to church for. And we went and we went out there, and all these different problems started happening. There was cops like on every 2 miles.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like the drive there was okay. It was good. We just ran into like some mixed masters, if you want to call them, where they had road closure and this and that and the third, and the GPS was going psycho and telling us to turn left, and we really need to stay on the highway. But God led us in the direction that we needed to go, and we made it there safe, even through the smoke. And I tell you, it was smoke. It was smoke.
Because like when we went to Oklahoma, and you guys can actually look this up. We went to Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and as we were heading there, it got super foggy. Like, I kid you not, if a truck got like a certain amount of feet away from us, we couldn't see it. So if they just did like an emergency brake stop and their batteries shut down and all their lights went off, we would have smacked it. Like, yeah.
When it gets dark in Tulsa, in Oklahoma, over there close to Tulsa, it's dark. Like, they don't play with like Texas or anywhere else. I'm not sure where you guys are around the world, but when Tulsa gets dark, they don't play. It's dark. And you can't see anything.
It got dark and foggy at the same time. So it was like
dark, foggy, and smoky, because we ran into a patch of random smoke that we didn't know what happened.
On the side of the road, and what she's talking about, on the side of the road, there's signs. And so especially when you're getting towards like the Indian reservations and stuff like that, which I wish we could have stopped because we both have Native American in us, but when you get close to like the Indian reservations and, you know, like Choctaw and stuff like that, and Otaka is another big Indian reservation area over there. Like, they have signs that say don't drive in the smoke. And we were literally looking at each other like, what the hell are they talking about? Drive in the smoke. So it was already foggy. Then we looked to our right, and there's no fire going. There's no fire going. Nobody's doing a bonfire. Nobody's burning their trash. It was just literally coming out of the ground smoke. Like, if you guys don't believe it, start from Dallas, Texas. Start from Garland, Texas, where we started, and drive all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma, this is like a big thing to do. Drive to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and guarantee you're going to see the same exact stuff we saw. It doesn't matter if it's early in the morning or it's late at night. You're going to see it. The fog, the don't drive in smoke. And that's one big thing that just tripped us out, because it was like, what smoke? Then we looked to our right, and there's just like smoke coming out of the ground, like it was a volcano getting ready to erupt. But that happened. And then we were supposed to check in at 3. I kid you not. I'm asking her like 45 times, because I'm big on time as far as like checking into places. And I was like, well, don't we have to be there physically to check in? She was, no, we don't need it. No, we're good. No, we're good. No, we're good. No, we're good. And then we get there, and we're having a hard time finding, first of all, there was no way to park. Second of all, the biggest thing, which should have been first of all, is that the fact of the matter is, it was nighttime, and then they were under construction. Yeah. The hotel was under construction. We couldn't even find a way to get into the front door. We had to use a side door to get to the desk.
I had to call the hotel to see, how do you get in this thing?
And she had to come outside to show us
and wave us down.
Yeah, and wave us down to show us where it was. So then we got there. Everything is going great, right? So then we go to the church that we know, that we see on TV all the time. That's our worship service. And we get to the big building, because they have two locations, or 3.
They have 3. They're building on. Yeah, they're building up. They're building on the event center, and the GPS took us to the event center, and
that's what they've been showing, that they've been having church. And when we looked up on GPS before we left, because this is another thing, let me not get too far ahead. We're in the hotel, and we went to go get breakfast, because it's like, you know, at least let us see something. We're out here, like, we don't come out here all the time. This is going to be like
and I think, just for the record, the ladies at the breakfast store, or the breakfast little diner that we were at getting breakfast, were hitting on my husband. They were like,
and they were hitting on my wife, because they were staring at me and you.
They were looking at him.
They were looking at us like.
But we also did have matching outfits on. Like, he had on his thing that I got him that said, "But God." And then I also had my pink one on as well. So they could have been looking at that.
And we were like matching from literally Only thing we weren't matching on was shoes. But our hoodies was matching. Our pants was matching. If she had on the correct socks, our socks would probably have been matching. But you guys, we went to get breakfast and we were like, we're going to come back to the hotel before checkout because church was the last thing that we were going to do. And after church, we were going to head straight home, back to Dallas, Texas, back to society, back to the real world. But we got to the breakfast place and they were packed. They got us in, got our food or whatever. We took it back to the hotel. We ate and Babe just happened to turn on church because she actually plays a good role in the church where she kind of deals with like the social media and stuff like that. So she can keep you guys updated or anybody who follows the church, keep them updated. And church was starting. She was watching literally the church that we were supposed to be at, watching like live. She put it on the TV in the hotel room. And I was like, babe, church started already? No, guys, this is the reason that we came to Tulsa, period, was to go to the church. Well, and that was like my birthday thing. Like that's something I really want to do, but we both shared the same thing in common. Like we both really wanted to go there, but to make it happen, that was like my birthday thing. That was like my ending birthday thing. And I kid you not, guys, I'm like throwing all of our bags in the car. I'm not even zipping up the bag because Babe had to stop me as I'm going out. And she's just like, babe, the bag's still open. And she's still watching church, just, keep account of what's going on, make sure they're not over or anything. She's still watching. I'm throwing bags, our food that we had brought because they gave us a mini fridge and this and the third. And I'm throwing everything in the car and I drop a bag. This is something I haven't even told her. I dropped the bag and I got super frustrated. And I was like, okay, so this is the beginning of me getting pissed off this whole rest of the day. So then I pack up, I go back upstairs, we turn in our room keys, because they gave us two. We turn in our room keys or room cards, and then we head to church that we keep seeing on TV. They have 3 locations. We ended up at the wrong church, you guys. Yeah. So then we end up running into people who also did the same exact thing. And crazy, they came from Dallas, Texas as well. And they were like, no, it's 20, what does it say, 22 minutes away? It's like 20 or 22 minutes away. It's like 23 minutes away. And I was like, you guys, I'm already, the morning that I had already had, I'm like, you know what? Forget this. We'll come back next month and we'll try this again. And then Babe just looked at me and she was like, out of crazy face, she goes, babe, you don't want to just go to the church? It's like, you don't want to just drive like 20 minutes away? And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. My car, I just got a brand new car. Like, let's do it. Like, we can run up some miles on this and I don't care. Let's go. We get there. We park. We're so excited to go in, you guys. We get to the front door and there's police at the door. Mm-hmm. There's like numerous police at the door. I think it was like 2 or 3 police officers at the door. And then there's a whole group of people and you can hear the church service outside because they had speakers outside for you to hear it. Mm-hmm. And they're not letting anyone else in.
No one else in. People are outside worshiping God and listening to pastor through a microphone.
So we're just like, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to sit outside. At least we made it here. We're going to sit outside and we're going to do the same thing as everybody else. At least we made it here. Yeah. Then the pastor's mom.
First, the thing that kind of threw my husband off. Wow, that hits differently when you say that. Threw him off is this lady was just kind of like irritated and she was talking to him about how she came all the way over here from somewhere or something. And
her whole church.
Yeah. And then, and they weren't allowing people to come in. And this and that and the third.
She's been very negative, you guys, like super duper negative, like not in a negative sense of like, oh no, she's just sad. You guys, she was being like negative. It was like the thing that God was like trying to mess with me on. And God was like, you going to listen to this or are you going to listen to me?
And so I just kind of grabbed his hand and moved him forward because I saw this lady, like she started crying and she was holding her son tight while listening to pastors.
Not the same lady. Lady she's talking about is a different lady that was crying.
Yeah, it's another lady. And I was just like, babe, like, look at her. Like, I want to give her a hug. And then after I said that, that's when Pastor Michael Todd's brother came out. His mom and his dad came out and was like, hey, everybody calm down. Everybody saw them. They started going crazy and stuff. You would have thought you were at like a JC concert. Like, it was crazy. And he was trying to calm everybody down. And he said, hey, it took crazy faith for you guys to even come out here. So what my brother has said is to let all of you guys in. So y'all are all going to be able to join church service. Now, everybody started getting excited and just emotional, crying. I mean, I was about to faint. Like, it was crazy. And so, Pastor always tells us it's only crazy until it happens. And that was a crazy moment. Like, that was crazy faith in eyes of the beholder.
It's just like if you didn't know what crazy faith was, that was it. Like, guys, you gotta think about this, and you guys don't know him, but if you guys do get a chance, and he has 2 books out now.
Yeah. One is Relationship Goals, and the other one is Crazy Faith. And it's
Michael Todd. You guys really, really check him out. Check his services out. You can find him on YouTube. You can find Transformation Church on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
And they also have their own app. It's Transformation Church. You can go to your Google App Store and type that in, and they have sermons there. And you can also join the church. Welcome. You don't have to be there physically to join. You can always watch them on Sundays and Wednesdays and wherever. It doesn't matter.
And you guys, I know you guys are already thinking you guys went all the way from here. We went 4 hours away. 4 hours away just to go to church. You guys don't understand what you should understand. If you guys check him out, once again, his name is Pastor Michael Todd, or Michael Todd is what he goes by. First of all, the reason I respect him so much is because you know how you go into churches and you feel uncomfortable because it's people are dressing a certain way and they're acting a certain way. This guy this pastor comes to church in hoodies.
Yes.
Jordans, Nikes, Walmart shoes, Yeezys. It doesn't matter. He comes in shorts, pants, crazy hoodies. His normal, I'm wearing around the house, I'm getting ready to do the yard, t-shirts. He does it. And it tells you to come as you are. If you don't feel comfortable at a church by how you dress, that's not it for you.
Now, granted, there is some limitations to how you dress.
Ain't nobody saying booty shorts, booty cheeks hanging out.
And birthday suit, stripper suit and all that stuff.
No, don't do that.
But he comes comfortably, and they don't judge you based off what you wear, because while we were literally in sweatsuits and tennis shoes, and we literally went into the church. There was other people that were in jeans and a top, and there was no dresses and fancy to the side hats.
And it's crazy because walking in the church and walking out of the church, people were like, where'd you guys get your hoodies from? Where'd you guys get this whole and like she said, we were matching, almost from head to toe. Mm-hmm. Our hair was pretty much matching. Our hoodies were matching. Our pants were matching. We both had on the same thing. And you guys, seriously, to feel that type of love in that type of environment, there was white people, there was Hispanic, there was French people. It was very diverse. Very multi-ethnic. Everybody was loved. If you guys watch his services and his sermons, even if you're a drug dealer, watch it. Because literally, he will break down everything to you, and he's not ashamed. He's not one of those pastors. If you're doing this, you're
what pastor does is he humbles himself first before the whole
congregation.
Yes. And he'll tell people he used to be a liar, a manipulator. He used to be addicted to pornography. Yep. He cheated on his wife. He did all of this stuff. And he's like, but God delivered me from all of that. It took God. And he does have the church has a slogan, to be humble, open, and transparent. And that's one of the things that you have to be. He's being humble. He's humbling himself before us to let him know that he's not perfect. He's never been perfect, but God.
And he puts himself, he lets you guys understand, and he teaches you the Bible in real situations. It's not like he's reading the Bible and he's like, oh, and God said this. And the
Lord said,
he doesn't
go
do
down
that.
The path of the
and if you do this, you go to hell. He even had a thing on sex, you guys. Yeah. On sex. And that was one of the most things. He even he even has a thing where he says sex is not bad. It's not like, you guys really check the whole thing out, because I'm not going to just sit here and tell you about it. And that's just like a lot of the bad pastors. Like, they be like, okay, now we're going to read from Psalms, blah, 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 blah. And then he starts reading.
Yes. And like, what he does is, what I like about Pastor Todd is, once he reads a scripture, for us people that really don't know the Bible, or sometimes the Bible can be confusing based off the words that God wrote. What he'll do is he'll read it from the scripture, and then he'll read it in English. Let's just say it in English, to where we can understand it. Then he'll demonstrate it. Hey, look at this.
And then he'll give you the points that where he messed up. And then he'll also give you the points where we mess up. But he gives you the points where he messed up that we can relate.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like we said, he has a whole sermon on sex. And it's just like, everybody's like, oh, you're having sex outside of this, and this. And most pastors be like, that's bad. That's this, and this. And he's like, no, we're not going to do that.
And he said, one of the things that he said in his sex sermon was that God will come in the bedroom and bless that thing. He said that, but if you're doing it the right way, God has one man, one woman for one purpose and all that stuff. Because he says in the Bible, God says in the Bible, what do you say? I'm
not gonna lie, because this is a podcast. I am not
be fruitful and multiply. And so he goes on the sermon for doing that, and describe and goes into detail about that and stuff like that. He says, sex is good, and he even says it in his Bible and relationship goals, that a lot of pastors and a lot of people say that sex is bad and this and that and the third. He says it's bad if you do it in the wrong content.
Yeah, it's bad when you. I mean, I'm not going to even say it's bad when you and it's bad when you, because I almost did it. But especially going to church, like, and then watching him as well. Like, you guys, I'm telling you, this guy breaks it down so clear as day. It's like, literally, have you guys ever, like, seen those books in the libraries or, like, in a bookstore, and it's like math for dummies or this for dummies? He doesn't call you a dummy. He breaks it down to where
he will call you fake, though.
Yeah, he will call you fake in a heartbeat, because real talk. And it's not like fake, like, oh, you fake. It's really like,
he would be fake right
now. He would tell you something about sex, and he'd be like, yeah, sex is good, especially when you know what I'm saying, off in there, and you get to that point where you about to come, and then the whole church be looking like, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have some of those people in the church that try to act all holy, art thou, and stuff like that, which he even says in one of his sermons. But you have those people that are going to try to act holy, art thou, or whatever. But then, oh, so y'all going to act fake. Y'all going to act like y'all ain't ever done this. Y'all going to, like, the thing that we can relate about is he's around our age. And he's done so much. And he's been through so much in such little of time. Because I just turned 30, and Babe is
30.
I was about to say you was 21, because you know what I'm saying, I like to do that. Okay. I like to do that.
That just added 1,000 bananas worth of love onto that.
Oh, y'all better watch out. But no, seriously, like he cussed in church.
Now he'll say hell, or he'll say like damn. one of the things that he said, like in his sermon Stain. That's the very first one that I let Babe watch ever. When I introduced him to Pastor Todd. Was Stain, and one of the things where he was talking about one of the letters in Stain, he was saying like his dad, like he was talking to somebody's dad, like acting like he was talking to their dad, and he was like, you ain't been around since Thanksgiving, F you.
And we're just like, what pastor says that in church, bro? Like, what pastor does that? Like,
but that's what we do. That's what we say. That's reality.
He keeps it real. It's not like this. I don't know if you guys seen it. Wherever you are, state, country, city, wherever you are. I don't know if you guys seen this guy, but this is one of the guys that pissed me off. Not our pastor, but a guy, he calls himself like the Crip pastor.
Oh, Lord.
And I haven't showed you him because he's going to piss you off, like to another situation. Like I'm saying, he says bitches and hoes, and he's rapping like, wow. Now our pastor, he's so cool. Like, he will literally rap. He will literally be on stage.
My family will be here. That's my fave talk. Fave talk. My bills will be paid. That's my fave.
What we just did, he created his own beat. Then his band started doing the beat. And then he was just like freestyling. He's rapping. Now, you know, a lot of kids, younger kids, especially younger kids, y'all are into like the Migos and Cardi B and what. He will relate it to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he will give you that same beat, that same feeling, and like seriously get to you. Like he will speak to you. You feel like, I don't know how many people on this believe in God or whatever, but have you or listen to gospel music or Christian rap? Mm-hmm. You guys should really get into Christian rap. If you're into rap, like rap hip hop, listen to Tadashi, 116 Click. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot of them. I know I just named 2, but there's a lot of them. Tadashi, 116 Click, Andy Mineo, I think that's his name. My dad got me into that one. That's crazy. My dad got me Andy Mineo, and then there's also Lecrae. Lecrae did stuff with a lot of the rappers, the Migos. He did stuff with the Migos. He did stuff with Chance the Rapper. He's done a lot of stuff with a lot of artists. He's just an artist that...
It's a good thing to get your children into that, especially if you have children and they like to listen to a lot of that stuff on the radios and stuff like that.
Beat it up and catch a charge.
Yeah.
Like, wop. Yeah.
So, but we say WAP is worship and praise. I don't understand what y'all's WAP is, but my WAP
you know
is
what
worship
WAP
and
is.
praise.
WAP is wet ass pussy.
Oh, wow.
You know what that was.
I said worship and praise. I was trying to...
but you say you don't know what the WAP means.
I wasn't trying to, but I knew what WAP meant.
You got to keep it real. We got to be like, Pastor, we don't keep it real.
But my WAP is
worship and praise. That's our WAP.
Okay.
But you say you don't know what they WAP is. You know what they WAP is. Wet ass.
Well, that wet ass pussy's in the closet. Okay, well, I don't understand.
What the hell? A little doll and stuff? What is this? No, let's put some water on it.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
Crisco.
You guys, you really got to check him out. Even though this is not his type of segment, I hope that he listens to this.
Yeah, he will.
I really do. I really hope he listens to this. And I know that we do curse and stuff like that, but we're human. Like,
he is too. He understands.
I'm not going to sit here and act fake with you guys. Yeah. Like, that's just serious. Like, just like he told us when we went to church, like, you go to church or you go to work and you're just like, they're like, hey, how are you doing? And you lie and you're just like,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Knowing that.
What the hell just happened?
What just happened?
This just happened on my shoes and shit.
I couldn't find my shoes because after he pooped on it, he took off running with it. And when I found it,
I ain't got no gas in my car.
Hey, mom ain't acting right. You know what I'm saying? This and that and the third done happened. My drug dealer didn't come by.
Lost my damn keys to my damn truck. You know, all this stuff.
Like, he's straight up like, yo, for real. We wasn't even planning to create a topic, but this is like literally the topic. Yeah, this is like literally the Oklahoma truth.
Yeah.
But literally, they let us in. Him, his mom, his brother, which looks just like him. Like, he's probably gonna hate hearing this, but looks just like him.
And
but there's a difference. His dad, his mom. Oh my gosh!
And they told us when we came in to make sure that we were quiet because we were in the middle of service. And I have to be humble, open, and transparent, and I'm still working on that hot stuff. Because sometimes I'm a hot mess. But
and if y'all don't understand why we keep saying hot, she's saying it, and I said it before. What hot means: humble, open, and transparent. So be humble with what you do. Be open. Be able to talk to somebody when you're not having a good day. Say that. You know, when things aren't going okay, say that. Be open. Transparent. Make sure that people can see straight through you. Transparent. Like, make sure they can see exactly through you. And don't make it to where somebody uses you. But, you know what I'm saying? Just seriously be hot. Be hot. Just be hot. Because if you don't, like, seriously,
you're only hurting yourself.
You're only hurting yourself. And to be honest with you,
and you're not being true to God's word.
Ever since I learned that, it's not even God's word. Like, not even saying God's word. You're not even being true to yourself. God's word is the major point key of that. But at this, you like that? That had your name in it, Key. You like that? But
what's up, Key?
But if you're not being hot, if you're not being honest, humble, open, and transparent, and I always say honest,
open, and transparent.
But it goes through the same thing though. But if you're not being that, dude, you're hurting yourself. Like, you're the only person, like, you can listen to Miss Johnson. and she has this song which you can find on YouTube. She's been on Sunday's Best, which is like the gospel. And I know you guys are like gospel, but like you guys literally like take a chance.
But we went inside and I, babe had to correct me because I was a little overexcited and I almost fainted going into the church. But that sermon that he did, it was really good, and like being there felt so surreal. Like it was crazy. It was crazy faith. And going up to that church, not knowing if we were going to even be able to sit in the seat,
and we end up getting
inside the church, and just by being faithful and trusting God in the process that he was going to do everything that he promised to do. He promised to get us there. We got there. He promised to let us see and feel how it feels to be in church, was besides us being faithfully watching him on TV every single day and on, line and whatever the case may be. We were able to be there in person. And I promise you, it was the best experience ever.
On the next podcast, I'm sorry to interrupt you, babe. On the next podcast, we're going to, unless I can Google mine real quick, unless you know yours, but I have to Google mine, or I have to look up mine. I don't know where my phone is. But we're going to release our not our Facebook, because the hell no. We're going to...
Hell no.
We're going to release our Instagrams, and we're both going to post, pictures.
Maybe you're going to post it?
Yeah. We're going to post...
Babe doesn't post anything but cars, so this is going to be new.
Because if you guys know me, like, my stuff is cars. Besides the modeling stuff, I don't even post any of my modeling stuff because I timed out on doing that.
Y'all hold him to it, though.
I timed out on the modeling stuff. No, I'll post it, like, for sure. I'll post it. I just don't post any of the modeling stuff because I kind of timed out on it. I've had... a couple offers from a couple people and stuff like that. But I timed out on it because I wanted to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is my family. What's going on with my family?
And speaking of family, I don't mean to, but y'all asked for an update on what's been happening and stuff like that. And, I believe God has brought us closer together, me and him, because we hit
rock bottom.
We hit a rough patch. I wasn't going to say rock bottom. We hit a rough patch because we were pregnant and with twins, and we lost our twins due to a horrible hospital. And it was just a really, really bad, time for us and stuff. And
yeah, family stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not mothers. I'm not going to say mothers.
Family, just in general.
Not. I'm gonna be open.
Oh,
and I'm gonna be transparent.
Okay.
And I'm gonna humble myself at the same time. We had issues, like I told you before, because I've already said this on live. We just had issues with, and I mean, I don't mean to put anybody out there, but we had issues with her aunt that, saying she didn't really approve of me, which I don't care because she doesn't know what I've been through and where I came from. This is a kid that was doing well in school, mom and dad divorced, that felt like rock bottom, the end of the world for this kid, and then he became homeless, and then he, moved up, and he thought that everything was going to be okay, and everything wasn't okay, had a kid, and, that hit rock bottom too.
His testimony.
My testimony, like, seriously, and I'm not ashamed. Like, I'll tell anybody. I had a problem with, not loving myself really, in putting myself or putting other people before me, and I end up landing myself in, literally, when I say rock bottom, you guys, like, it sounds so cliche, and this is the first time that my wife has heard, saying my whole testimony of where I'm getting ready to tell it. But I hit rock bottom, you guys. Like, rock bottom is rock bottom. Like, there's no other way that you can put it. I hit rock bottom to the point where I knew I was getting cheated on. I knew I was doing, and it's not her. It's not Scorpion Queen. No, it's my two sons. Shout out to Noah and Caden. Happy birthday, Noah. And Caden's birthday is coming up on the 12th. So, happy birthday, son. But everything just hit rock bottom, and I literally gave up, you guys. Like, it was to me, I felt like it was over for me. I was pissed off at God. I was questioning God of like, okay, so why would you let me, if you're this guy, that what everybody tells me you are, why would you let me go through this? Why would you let me go through this, that, and the third? But he like literally only thing that I can say is he sustained me. He kept me. He kept me on my P's and Q's. He kept me as far as my life, because there were certain things where I was ready to give up. You guys, like I was thinking about committing suicide. I attempted it and failed.
Yeah.
And that was that was just God, like me failing. That was God telling me like, hey, I'm not done with you yet. You're trying to end a certain situation, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You guys, I'm going to do like what Pastor did. Like, I'm going to be straight up open. Like, you guys, I had an issue with lying. I had an issue with a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you know, after that situation happened, it put me in a situation where I was being a hoe. And I'm saying that straight up. I was being a hoe. Like, I didn't trust anybody. I damn sure didn't trust any females. That was my biggest thing, is I did not trust females after my ex did me the way that she did me. I didn't trust any females. But at the same time, and even though wanting to commit suicide and attempting to commit suicide, there was a point where I had a gun and it was, okay, bullet to the head, and pulled the trigger and no bullet. There was a time where I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take a whole bunch of shit and make myself overdose. And no overdose. I'm still here talking to you guys right now. Then it was a point where I was like, I'm done with love. And that's something that me and Babe, we had a date night today. And that was something that I was talking to her about, because a friend of hers was going through kind of the similar situation. But only way that you can be done with love is you say you give up on God. The only way that you say you can be done with love is if you give up on yourself. Not everything is about you. Not everything is focused on your entire. You okay, babe?
No, I'm not okay.
It's okay. But I gotta be honest with them. Like, if I would have did the things that I would have done, I would have never met this beautiful woman. Well, I've met her because I've known her since we were in middle school. So only way that I would have not seen her again, and we haven't rekindled, or not even rekindled, because we were just friends at that point. Like, I had a crush on her, and she was going through her own situation, and only way that I wouldn't be able to meet her is if I would have gave up. There's no such thing as giving up on love. And that's one thing I want to tell everybody right now. I don't care how long this takes. I don't care if I have to make a part 2 of this, or we have to make a part 2 of this. Do not give up on love. That's not that you give up on love. You're not even being true to yourself. That means you don't even love yourself. If you give up on love, how are you going to love yourself if you give up on love? That's not possible. And it might sound, okay, so let me break it down how Pastor breaks it down. But I'm not going to break it down in the way that he breaks it down. Really, really. Like, I'm not going to put a whole bunch of Bible scriptures and this, that, and the third in it. But what I'm going to say is, God is love. And you're supposed to love yourself. So how are you going to love someone else when you can't even love your own self? How can you jump in a relationship and don't even love your own self? How can you jump into a car that you say that you love? And you guys know I love cars. How can you jump in a car and say you love this car, but don't even love yourself? Because if you do that, like, how does that work? Because you don't even love yourself. So how do you know what love is? These atmospheres, these friends of having friends, being the most popular person and the third, and being one most in high school, middle school, and this and third.
Now he says it because he didn't believe that he was popular.
I said,
and me and Jesse said that you were
humble and open and transparent. So how can you be one of these popular persons and say you love this person, you love that person, and you don't even love yourself? That's not love. You got to learn how to love yourself first. Dude, I was getting ready to commit suicide. That's not loving myself. I was getting ready. I attempted to commit suicide. That's not loving yourself either. I was acting out of character, someone who I'm not, and I was taking, I'm not going to say all types of drugs because I wasn't. I was literally smoking weed. I had my ex have me to try coke. I had friends try to peer pressure me to do acid. I never did that, by the grace of God. Thank you, God, that I didn't do that, because I've seen a lot of people, a lot of their reactions to do that. I tried, what is that? Was that K2?
Oh,
K2,
wow.
so it's a fake weed, and
Yeah.
it makes you hallucinate. It makes you do weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like literally drinking bath salt or snorting bath salt or smoking bath salt. Like, that's what it is. And that's what I went through to try to cope with that pain. But the only thing I had to do to cope with that pain is trust God, love God, learn how to love myself, and know my worth. I didn't know my worth at first, but now I know it. I know it. And a big reason why I know my worth is this beautiful woman sitting right next beside me. I'm not perfect. I've messed up. If you've heard her, you know what I'm saying, be upset or anything, it's probably because I messed up. And I wasn't perfect. But I know that now she's given me another chance. I have a chance to fix this stuff. And so I fixed it. I'm fixing it. Working on myself. She's working on herself. You know, because self-love is everything. Nobody's perfect, but one thing that I'm going to leave you guys with, because you guys know that these things, they last an hour. They last 60 minutes. So I'm going to tell you, learn how to love yourself first. Because if you do not learn how to love yourself, you're going to end up hurting somebody else. And damaged people damage other people. They do. Damage people, damage other people.
And
I can break it down.
Hurt people.
And hurt people. But that hurt and damage, that's the same thing. You're damaged, you're hurt, it's the same thing. If you're damaged and you ain't fixed yourself, you haven't learned how to love yourself, what do you think you're going to do to another person? You're going to damage them. You're going to have them feeling like they don't know what love is. And then you're going to also have them to the point where they don't even love themselves. They don't even feel worthy. You guys don't put people through that. My ending thing, because I'm going to shut up, because I even want to talk about more, because like we had so much going on in our life. Losing our twins hurt me and hurt her, but I taught her, and she ended up realizing herself that, you know what? God has a plan, and it may not always be what we think it is. I'm going to be like Pastor, because y'all want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be what the hell you think it's going to be. You ever want to, it's something that my grandma always told me, and then that Medea, if you guys know Tyler Perry, you watch his movies, those are all Christian movies and stuff like that. If you ever want to make God laugh, tell him what you have planned. Because he's planned your future before you was even thought about, before you was in your mother's womb. He knew it all. He knew what he was going to do with you. He knows what he is going to do with you. He knows what your beginning and your end is going to be. Because he is the beginning and the end. And I'm not trying to preach to you guys, but I'm telling you something straight up that I learned. And this, I'm going to leave off with this. I love y'all. I love my family. If any of you guys need any advice, if you guys just need to talk because somebody has hurt you, something has hurt you, you lost somebody, you don't understand why this and that, when we go to the next one, because I see that's going to be the next one, because I'm looking at the time. When I post my Instagram, if you guys need to contact anybody because you just need to talk, you're going through a situation, you're thinking about committing suicide, you're thinking about taking this drug, you're thinking about doing this, talk to me. I kid you not, I've been through it all. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else?
And just know that God loves you.
God loves you unconditionally.
No matter what you've been through, there's nothing big or too small or too big or whatever that you've done that he doesn't love you.
And no matter what you did or what you're going to do, realize that God had planned your whole entire life.
He created
you. So that
you.
don't mean, oh yeah, well, God forgave me for this, so let me go ahead and
do
keep
it again.
and doing this again and whoop, 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 whoop. That's not what that means. Try to fix yourself, and if you slip back up to that same situation, that's what happened. He already knew that you were going to do it, but try to get on the right path that where He wants you to get to. But like I said, you are loved. You got family here in this Scorpion Queen. Like she loves all you guys. I love all you guys. Once again, I'm G-Force.
Miss Kiki D187.
She's got tears in her eyes. It's okay, you guys.
I do.
We love you guys. We've all been in that. Me and her have been in so many situations that you don't know about and we don't talk about. We don't give you guys everything. We pretty much will give you guys everything, but we haven't. But we love you. We out. Bye. Peace.